This is it then, Reds. This is the big one. Is your arse twitching? Is your belly in knots? Is your head everywhere? Because if it's not, you're doing it wrong. It should be for this one. Liverpool are going to Manchester City on Sunday, 4:30 kick-off, and it's literally one of the biggest games of all time. There's no two ways about that. It doesn't need to be bigged up. It doesn't need to be talked up. It is just huge, because not only is it these two sides that have been matching each other all the way for the best part of 4 years now, but also it's the stage of the season it's coming at, isn't it? And it's like, you know, when you the more you think about it, the more you think it is a bit of a winner-takes-all situation, isn't it?
It's got to that point, it's like, if you imagine the season as a game, this is like 77th minute. So if anyone gets a winner there, there's not a lot of time to respond. So, I mean, obviously, leagues, we've seen it where you have twists and turns all the way to the death. But I think the ability to land almost 2 punches on your opponent in the way that you go ahead and then they go back, you're not going to get an opportunity like that. Whoever wins this league, if they don't win this game, this will be why.
I mentioned about them being going toe-to-toe, though, head-to-head, whatever you want to call it, all this time. There's a good piece in The Athletic. Ollie Kay has sort of looked back on how the two teams have developed under their respective managers, and then how it's just been sort of, you know, taking it in turns almost to be top of the league and win things and all that stuff. Obviously, we know City have won more in recent times than Liverpool, but, you know, City have literally denied Liverpool the league and things like that, you know, and there's a graphic there from The Athletic where it's from when's it from August 2018 to April 2022. Man City 338 points, Liverpool 337 points, and then a huge drop off. Chelsea 264, United 257, Tottenham 246, and then Arsenal 241. That's incredible.
That's another league, though. It's literally another league. If you think about how many points difference between Liverpool and Chelsea is, about nearly 90 points. That's the season. Yeah. That's a whole season. So we are basically a year ahead of them.
When you think about Liverpool's bad bit, and how concentrated that was, you know, those 6 games at Anfield and the madness of the teams we were having to put out, and the no fans and all that, you know, that makes that even more incredible.
Yeah, it does.
Because it's just this unbelievable consistency. I mean, you know, we've closed down this 14-point gap from when they beat Chelsea 1-0 in January to now. 10 wins on the spin, all of that kind of thing. City haven't actually done much wrong. No. They've drawn 2 games and they've lost to Spurs. But, you know, such is the madness of the levels that we were pushing each other to. That could end up costing them.
Well, it's strange because there was a period a couple of weeks ago where suddenly we were talking about maybe there being cracks in City, not being as good as they were. That was after they drew 0-0 with Palace and then beat Southampton 4-1 away. Yeah. It's like we have to kind of be realistic in what we talk about a crisis for City, because their level is so high that any time that they come a little bit down from it, then it makes big waves. But the reality is, I looked at their last 5 games, they've conceded 1 goal.
Yeah.
I mean, the defence is working very well, and they haven't really used a lot of Kyle Walker. They've been having Nathan Ake in there, John Stones in there. So they've rotated. They still haven't lost their defensive solidity. De Bruyne seems to be coming into a bit of a peak form at the moment, which is a worry. So they've got lots of good things that they can point to right now and say, this is why we think we're going to go into this game with confidence. And the biggest thing in their favour is that they know that they can finish it here. Like, if we win, we're in the lead, we've got the ascendancy, but it's not over. If they win, 4 points feels big.
Yeah, it does feel big. And also the run-ins, isn't it? I think, you know, you look at their running, you look at our running, and while I think United and Everton are both shite, and I think we'll beat the pair of them, you know, there's something more about those games than, you know, what they've got. Like, I think they've got Watford, have they? Wolves, you know, Brighton, Newcastle, I think.
There's also the kind of reminder of 18-19 where, even though they were both away games, those 2 games were draws, and those were draws that we absolutely should have won, and had we won, we were on the title. So those 2 games are probably going to be talked about a lot in the preview to these 2 games coming up. Yeah. So we've seen this team do well to kind of bat away the kind of mental scars of the past. So I'm not going to put too much on them, but that is going to be there, definitely.
And with City as well, you know, I think you're right what you were hinting at before, Mo, where we're almost, and rightly so, look, it's part of it all, and you try and talk them down, you look for cracks, like you say, you're like, All right, the Reds, thanks for watching a little bit of a premium Anfield Wrap video there. If you want to watch the rest of that show and get access to much more, click join below. That activates our YouTube membership. It means you get a premium video every day of the week. You get our post-match content, you get reviews, previews and exclusive interviews, all here from the heart of Liverpool. Follow us, follow them. Up the Reds.